Good morning, everybody. Friday to you, and I hope you had an incredible day yesterday. I know today is going to be a great day. I believe something already great has already happened, so I'm excited about what the future holds today and moving forward. I know today is a Friday, and TGI Friday. I'm excited about where we're going and where we're headed. And this morning, I want to talk about the difference between a recruiter and a sponsor. The difference between a recruiter and a sponsor. You know, one of the things that when I first got involved in this industry, man, I was excited about putting people in the business. I was excited, man. That was my whole focus. How fast I could get them in. As fast as I was putting them in, they was falling out. Fast as I was putting them in, they was falling out because I was a recruiter. And what a recruiter does is they bring people against their will. They close people. They don't educate. They don't educate. They update. They close people. They slam them in businesses, get a fast start commission, and they're on to the next person. And that's what I was for the first year in the industry because I didn't understand what the difference was between a sponsor and a recruiter. Ladies and gentlemen, to be successful, to have major success in this industry, to be able to create major duplication, long-term residual income where you'll be able to walk away, you have to learn how to be a sponsor versus being a recruiter. A sponsor is a mentor, a coach, a confidant. Somebody's going to do it with you. Not say, hey, you go do it. They're going to do it with you. They're going to lead by example. They're going to bring people. They're not going to bring people in. See, recruiters bring people in. Sponsors attract people in. I'll repeat it again. A recruiter brings people in the business. A sponsor attracts people in the business. See, a recruiter is pulling, pushing, pulling, dragging. Attraction is more of an energy that's positive, that's conducive to winning. And a sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the difference between a sponsor. A sponsor sees their brand new associate as a long-term partner, not a cash flow partner. I'll repeat it again. A great sponsor looks at their associate as a long-term partner. A recruiter looks at somebody just assigned into business as an income flow. Big difference. Big difference in mentality, big difference in mindset, big difference in the activities that we engage in. A sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, understands that this is a two-way street. There's going to be things that I'm going to have to do. There's going to be things that the associate's going to have to do, and there's things that we're going to have to do together. I'll repeat it again. There's three agreements that have to be made. Things that I agree that I'm going to do, say and do. Things that they're going to say and do, and things that we're going to say and do together. A recruiter just basically tells the person what they're going to do. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. It's never what we're going to do. Never what we're going to do together. I'm going to show you, guide you, teach you. A recruiter, ladies and gentlemen, you think about it. When I think of recruiter, I'm thinking of somebody being recruited into something that they don't want to be a part of. They have to be convinced that it works. They got to be convinced that it's a great cause. A sponsor is somebody that is involved with something that someone already agreed to do on their own. Think about that for a second. A sponsor is somebody that helps somebody after they've already agreed to do something on their own. A recruiter recruits them into something and then convinces them that it's good. It's a big difference. Big difference in mentality, big difference in duplication. I've never seen anybody in my 25 years in this industry get duplication by being a great recruiter. The only way you're going to get duplication in your business is be a great sponsor. You're going to do the first 25 invite phone calls with them. You're going to do the personal development. You're going to do the 3-a-day lifestyle magazine. You're going to send out one long distance pack a week. You're going to get to all the super Saturdays and the regional events and the corporate events. You're going to commit to going 52 weeks, once a week. The money mixes in your house, your coffee shop, or a library. You're going to commit to having 30 minutes of personal growth and development. These are all activities that sponsors, great sponsors, they engage in. A recruiter, they might do 3 a day. They might send out one long distance pack. But the rest of the activities are sporadic. They're sporadic because a recruiter is just looking for the next fast start commission. A great sponsor is looking for a long-term residual income and a partner that they can help develop and coach and train to be successful. And it all starts with the beginning of the relationship. The beginning of the relationship starts the minute you expose that person to the opportunity of top pieces. The minute you hand them a lifestyle magazine, whatever you share with them is going to dictate, are you a sponsor or are you going to be a recruiter? Are you a sponsor or are you a recruiter? The sponsor is going to use the tools. The recruiter is just going to sit there and tell them a story about how Instapay is all great, how we got the best technology in the world. See, that's the difference. Recruiters are first party. A sponsor uses the tools. A sponsor uses their power line or upline. A recruiter tries to do it all themselves. A sponsor is coachable and humble. A recruiter is hard-headed and center-focused. A sponsor understands team. A recruiter rejects team. A sponsor plugs into the team and helps build culture. A recruiter tries to destroy culture. These are all things, ladies and gentlemen, that when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see a great sponsor, or do you see yourself as a recruiter? The only way you're going to have success in this industry, long-term, foundational, generational success, is you have to develop the mentality, the mindset, the activity, and more importantly, the heart of being a great sponsor. That's what I want to share this morning on this call, because as our organization grows, our level of being able to be a great sponsor has to grow. The organization will only grow as far, wide, and deep as your ability to create great sponsors in your organization. You're looking for 5 to 7 key people that can be great sponsors and mentors to that organization. Those 5 or 7 will turn into an army. But are you one of the 5 or 7 in your core group? Are you one of the 5 or 7 key people that, when I look at the company and say, okay, this person's driving the company, are you one of those individuals? Or are you one of those individuals? Sponsors business grow. A recruiter organization might grow short term. Long term turns itself into up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. There's no continuity, there's no stability in that person's organization because of the tempo that they set as the mentality of the recruiter. Okay? So we want to make sure that we're sponsors. We're great sponsors. And we engage in the right mentality that reflects you as a great sponsor and not a recruiter. So that's what I'm going to share this morning on the call. A great sponsor. Someone just signed up. Great sponsor. They're going to make sure that that person gets 2 and 72. A recruiter is just going to say, hey, go make it happen. This is the system. Go do it. A sponsor is going to be side by side, belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball, back to back. They're going to make sure that their brand new associate has the success that they deserve to have. A recruiter is hoping and wishing something happens. A sponsor is making it happen. And they're showing other people how to make it happen. And that's what I want to share this morning on a Prosperity Mindset Call. It's Friday. We're heading over to Cayman Islands, the boot camp over there. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of positive momentum, a lot of great things going on. Nothing happens until we sponsor somebody in the business, not recruit them in the business. Nothing great happens until we sponsor them into the business. Let's go sponsor somebody into the business today. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the balance of your weekend. Let's plug into the broadcast. Noon, 4, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. We got our Diamond Rush training. Make sure you're plugged into that. Great sponsors are plugged in with their team. They're plugged in with their new associates. And they're leading by association. They're leading by example. Let's go out and lead. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the balance every day.